On the Muppet Show tonight. Hi, gang. Ain't been on in a while, at least on this side of the house. And come to think of it, I don't think any one of us have been on this side of the house or Todd's side of the house or whatever for quite a while now. So, but McMurray was scratching and clawing at a brand new box of stuff he's got to show. Well, Chuck, I'll let you guess whose name in here starts with M.
So, are we live?
We are live.
Are we live?
So, outstanding.
We're going to embiggen Andrew Son, and Todd and I are going to completely ignore him while he explains everything he got. Where's the button? Take it away, Andrew.
All right. So, as most of you guys are probably aware, recently our humble host, Mr. Hexy, has been painting 15 millimeter American Civil War miniatures. What? I also have a lot of 15 millimeter American Civil War miniatures already, and his little work has rekindled some of my interest in the same thing, and I ordered some more because I really like the figures from Old Glory, from their Blue Moon 15. It's like 15 to 18 millimeter. But even so, we got this big old box of stuff. We're going to kind of go through it real quick. First off, we got a couple of just Steam launches. So that's super awesome. I know that's what Mr. Hexy was super interested in. So we'll pop a couple of these out. Actually, they come in packs of 2. I wound up with 3 of them, and I'll explain that in just a second here.
So those boats are 15 mil?
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
They're just little Steam launches, right? So they're just, you can see that each of them has a mast. I don't know what the hell that thing is. I don't know. We'll have to look at that. Maybe it's like a...
Maybe it's the steam.
No, so here's the boilers.
Yeah.
Maybe it's so there's only one spot for a little half mast on these. Maybe that's for like a spar torpedo. I don't know. It looks kind of like a barrel. Oh yeah, that's what it looks like. Hang on. That's kind of cool, actually. Jeff, check it out. We got spar torpedoes, dude. Some Hunley type stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say there was a movie I remember watching that was about the Hunley that had these little things in it.
Yeah, okay. So you can see there's a socket there.
Right.
So you can glue that on there. And then you have a little spar torpedo to go off the front.
Sweet. Is there a hole in the front?
What's up?
Is there a hole in the nose of the boat?
I don't know. I don't think so. Usually it was a collapsible thing, right?
Underneath the front. Flip it up. So we see not a hole. Yeah, there's a hole right there.
There's not.
There's not a little notch right there?
No, it's a little miscast.
No.
Most of the time these were like not necessarily hinged, but they had fixtures right here.
Right, I got you.
So I guess where you get like picket boat number 6. That's where it was on there. But so that's pretty cool.
Freaking sharks with laser beams on their heads.
Sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their heads. But so I got, like I said, I got these 2. Those are pretty nifty. I think even Hexy, who hates ships of all sorts, has to admit those are pretty nifty. I did get a 3rd one of these. It didn't come with a spar torpedo, but it came in a 2-pack with this little guy, which I haven't glued together yet. But so it's a little tug, Jeff. You see that?
What purpose is that going to serve? There's no room for troops to stand on that thing.
No, but there's room for these 2 guns and this crew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Is that a real...
I think it's supposed to have 1 gun back here, and then on the other Steam launch, maybe it's supposed to have one of the guns. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at it.
Oh, you know what? While we're on the subject of ACW, old Chuckster there texted me today or messaged me today about buying some ACW stuff. So while you're doing this, I'm going to ask Chuck, are you buying those other games, Charles?
But yeah, so that's the kind of little boats that I got. I did also get a few this is a mixed 4-pack. So you've got 4 big long boats, right? So they're road-ish vessels, but they're bigger. There's 2 varieties. There's the double-ended guys, and then a more traditional framed boat. So those are kind of cool. Those are just, again, kind of for, they're not really game pieces necessarily, but the Civil War, especially in the Trans-Mississippi Theater, like in the Western Theater, had a lot of riverine movement. So they're good to have around. Now, like we said, I do have a decently sized, if not substantial, 15 millimeter collection right now that's based for Fire and Fury. I can grab a couple of those in a minute here and show you what I mean by that. But so we're halfway just filling stuff in and halfway increasing collection so that I can again play more Trans-Mississippi stuff. I've always had a lot of interest in the Missouri part of the Civil War. Jesus Christ. The actions of the Civil War that took place in Missouri, right? So the big one that everybody's heard of is Wilson's Creek, Bull Run to the West, what have you. That's cool. But the big thing to keep in mind is that there's constant fighting in Missouri throughout the Civil War. There was constant fighting in Missouri for the 10 years prior to the Civil War. But so again, with the intent of filling that out, I got Confederate infantry firing line with light equipment, as well as, no, those 2 are cavalry packs. There we go. Confederate infantry with charging light equipment with command. So I can mix those 2 up and get a good mixture. There's 30 guys in each of these packs. So basing them 10 to a stand means I've got 20 stands of guys right here. That's awesome. I got infantry in shirt and floppy hat. So those work really, really well for Western infantry, basically for either side, right? They still have equipment. We'll pop them out here in a minute, but you can see they have bedrolls and stuff. But then they've got the wide-brimmed hat, not necessarily the sack coat or frock coat or shell jacket and kepi that you see a lot of. So that's pretty cool. I painted up 15, I think. Yeah, 15 cavalry as bushwhackers. Last week, Jeff? Week before?
Last week.
Something like that. So I needed some Union cavalry as well because in Missouri, the Missouri State Militia actually recruited 9 regiments of cavalry because when you're fighting guerrillas who are on horseback, you need cavalry. You can't just have infantry regiments. So I got Union cavalry with carbines because that's they're issued with a variety of carbines, most notably the Hall carbine. But so I got Union cavalry with carbines. There'll be 15 of those guys. There's 30 of these infantry in floppy hat as well. Those guys, I'm not sure how I want to paint those. I might paint up half and half Union and Confederate. That or I might just paint them all up as kind of ununiformed militia. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not sure. We'll have to figure that out. But so again, I got Union cavalry with carbines and then Confederate cavalry with pistols. Okay. Again, I'm not sure exactly what the breakdown of the headgear in here is. It's hard to make guerrillas and bushwhackers that are wearing kepis. I'm not sure if there's any that are actually in here. I need to go through it and look, but another 15 cavalry will never be a bad thing. One of the other things that it's me, right? You guys know me. I can't. What do I have to do no matter what period I'm playing, Jeff?
Okay, I'll guess.
I already checked the box for boats, so you don't have to worry about that.
I don't know.
I got to find some weird shit, right? Yeah. So, I also grabbed some of these guys, right? So we had to have the possibility of the British Colonial Intervention Force coming down out of Canada, whether it's protecting British shipping or what. But so I've got 30 British infantry in shell jackets without the visors. These are actually Indian Mutiny guys. So these are nominally from like 1857. It was the closest period I could find, especially because in this hat without the visor, it looks kind of like the North American Colonial Service camp hat. But so there's that. There's British Infantry Command, and then British personalities. There wasn't a picture of the British personalities. I'm sure I'll be able to use some of these for Brits, some of them for random stuff. I'm hoping I can find one in here that looks enough like, what's that dude out of Gettysburg, Jeff? Fremantle?
Oh, yeah. The Coldstream Guard.
Yeah, that'd be a cool, just random guy to have on a 15 millimeter ACW battlefield. I don't know. But yeah, so there's enough for, I think there's 15 guys in this infantry command and then 30 in here. So again, we'll be able to get, 15 stands of infantry, which isn't a lot, but it's more than enough to represent a British regiment or two.
Right.
Once you get it down to this level. Now, I'm sad that Brian didn't jump in because I'm sitting here thinking and going over this stuff. And I was trying to figure out a way to get Brian to play this without it being Pikachu Peak.
Brian, if you're listening, which I'm sure you probably are, I did not say that.
You're right, he didn't. For those of you who don't know, there's a famous battle near where Brian lives in Arizona called the Battle of Picacho Pass or Picacho Peak. I'm sorry, yeah, it's Picacho Peak because it's the Battle of Pikachu Pass. But Brian is actually in the process of building a really, really cool board and painting 28 millimeter miniatures to play that game. Stay tuned, it will happen. But even, British intervention force isn't weird enough for Brian. So what do you think I got, Jeff?
You got zombies. Or undead.
Blue Moon zombies.
Oh, jeez.
And Blue Moon werewolves.
Oh, my goodness.
Brian, Mini Warmutt will play ACW with us. Period.
I will not play a zombie and werewolf version of Picacho Pass.
That is very fair. I would not expect you to. But anyways, so it's little stuff to kind of the main stuff that you see up here is mainly just to kind of fill in both A, some Confederate infantry, and B, stuff for the Missouri area. I actually just got a really cool book about a battle that happened in Kirksville, Missouri. I picked that up today because I was at the bookstore and saw that. Stand by. Something just fell down. I don't know what it was, but I heard it. So yeah, this I just picked up today. I'll be reading it. It looks pretty outstanding, to be honest with you. I'm relatively familiar with the engagement. I really hope that this book is actually, full to the teeth and not just full of fat. I hope it actually does have good stuff in it.
Was that a Civil War battle?
Yeah, in Kirksville, Missouri.
Wow.
August 6th, 1862.
This seems like a pretty thick book for that.
Right? That's why I'm really interested.
Okay.
But that's the cool thing, right? Because these little ass towns have so much in their civic records, right? So I know that Battle of Fredericktown, which actually coincidentally was August, that took place in October of 1862. The city of Fredericktown and the Madison County archives have so much just raw material pertaining to that engagement that you really can't find anywhere else because it's not digitized. These are small rural counties in Missouri. This dude apparently wrote this while he was in Moberly. There's his own publishing company's in Moberly. But So it wouldn't at all surprise me if he was able to find a ridiculous amount of just about primary source information. What is falling down? Regarding this. Oh, okay. Never mind. Nothing important. So that's cool. That could be something that you might see, because this is exactly what I'm talking about in terms of there wasn't a week, where a half dozen, or a few hundred people didn't die in Missouri during the Civil War. I also grabbed a couple other books that focus on the Civil War in Missouri, but we won't get into that, especially the Civil War.
Where do those minis come from?
These came from Old Glory Miniatures. So it's their Blue Moon line, which includes all of these. They're all Blue Moon. This is just their Blue Moon Fantasy. But these are their 15 millimeter ACW, 15 millimeter like horror / fantasy. And this is Indian Mutiny stuff.
Cool.
Yep. And then obviously the boats are boats. So if you go to their shipyard 15 millimeter and then the ACW tab, you can find all these boats. You can actually find a lot more boats than these. But yeah, I just went for the little guys because I didn't want to have, Sassacus or a 90-day gunboat or something like that on the table.
And what are you going to use the boats for?
To be honest with you, mainly just terrain, for lack of a better, you know what I mean? So whether that's
a river crossing.
Well, that's the point. And that's why I grabbed these guys too. Right. Because then you can do that, whether you've got, if you wanted to do Belmont or something. I don't have a great big steamer, but you get the point. Anytime where you're ferrying guys across or you're getting guys away from something, those could all work.
Right.
Or the British could jump off the boats because, it's the policy of the Royal Navy to engage the enemy anywhere you can float about.
Didn't you buy a game that we were supposed to unbox?
We did. Do you want to do that as well?
Was it a Civil War game?
No, it's a World War II game.
I thought you had a Civil War game.
Guderian's Blitzkrieg.
Well, I didn't put ACW in the title, so go ahead, bust it open. You didn't buy Guderian's Blitzkrieg.
I'm sorry, Panzer Group of Guderian. My bad.
That's a freaking excellent. Go ahead. Unbox it. Get after it.
Okay, hang on. Let me get this packed up. I can't bring the box itself into the shot because Jeff.
Well, go ahead. I will.
He was very unhappy with me when I did that. But okay, so Battle of Kirksville. This should be a cool book to read. I'm actually looking forward to it. Like, look at how into it he is, though. Like, look at this shit. Are you seeing this? So Union locations. He's got the 11th Missouri State Militia Cavalry, the 2nd Missouri State Militia Cavalry, 28 men of the 3rd Indiana Light Battery with 2 6-pound cannons, the 2nd Missouri Cavalry, the 9th Missouri State Militia Cavalry, the Red Rovers, who are 32 dudes. No idea who that is. We'll have to look that up. 16 men from the 1st Missouri State Militia Cavalry with 2 cannon. The 2nd Missouri State Militia Cavalry, 10 men with 1 12-pound howitzer. The 3rd Iowa Cavalry, the 1st Missouri State Militia Cavalry. There's a 200-man reserve and another 200-man reserve. Like, that's pretty cool, man.
Chris, I think McMurray has a lifelong code for a discount there.
For what?
Oh, glory.
Yeah, so I just keep buying their Army membership because it's a ridiculously good deal, because as soon as you spend like $80 on miniatures, you make it back just with the discount, much less the pack of miniatures that you get for free when you get the Army thing.
Right. Dev, how you doing, buddy? There'll be another video being posted right now on the Soldiers game from that Navy versus Wellington, or Napoleon versus Wellington. Oh, this game, I'm telling you, man.
Hang on a sec. Let me get the.
We need to play this, and then that just needs to end up out here.
And you got that at game night? I
did. I'm currently taking the game night painter's tape off, but I really wish they'd use the goddamn rubber bands, man. Instead of this painter's tape. This shit pisses me off.
Did you say you saw Africa Corps there?
Yeah, it's at game night and at Half Price Books.
It's not a game night anymore. I just was there yesterday.
Oh, it's not? It was on the end cap.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I didn't look there.
I thought you were going to say because you bought it and brought it home.
I mean, this is rare. They don't usually get these kind of games there.
I mean, when they do, I buy them.
That's true.
Like that's where I'm getting all these album games. That's where I got that Knights of Camelot. All right. Anyhow, Panzergruppe Guderian. Let me move this book.
Well, you ever come across the Yaquinto Foreign Legion game?
The Foreign Legion album game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I would love to have that back.
Hey, real quick, before you unbox this, I do have a question about the 15 mil stuff.
Yes.
Well, what's your plan on for basing those?
Oh, I'm sorry. Fire and Fury basing. Stand by.
Okay. So,
the infantry is 3 to a 1 inch by 3/4 inch stand.
Okay.
These are unbased. My apologies. In the cavalry, here you can see some bushwhackers in their colorful shirts and whatnot, are 2 to a 1x1 stand.
Okay. And you're playing Fire and Fury with it, or you're just basing it like that? So they're
To be honest with you, I'm kind of just basing them like Fire and Fury. I enjoy Fire and Fury. Do not get me wrong. I really enjoy playing Fire and Fury.
Okay.
It's a little crunchy for a lot of people.
yeah.
Just in that it's not even that it's that crunchy. It's a really process-driven game, which I don't mind. But the nice thing about it is, for the longest time, Fire and Fury was the gold standard for that kind of scale of Civil War gaming.
Yep.
That most other games are designed to be played with that same basing scheme. So like Ospreys, Rebels, and Patriots works great with it.
Okay.
That Little Wars TV rule set that I use for Civil War, despite the fact that it was designed for Revolutionary War, works great with it.
Cool.
It has to do much more. But
cool. All right, cool.
Like Jeff wants to see this.
Yep. Oh,
I have not opened this. You guys just watched me take the painter's
Here
tip
he
off.
comes. Here he comes.
Who?
Oh, now he gets on here.
Oh,
Hey.
Ryan. Have you been watching, Mr.
No, I just sat down and I saw the notification, man.
Okay, then don't tell him. We'll
Okay.
show him in a minute here.
All right.
But so stand by, Brian. There's something you're going to want to see. We are going to unbox this real quick first, though.
That's
So-
cardboard.
Yes, Panzergruppe Guderian, Avalon Hill, 1984, 4 out of 10 for complexity, and it can be played solitaire without any serious difficulty, which means I should just have moderate difficulty. You can see pictures of the counters, example of the map. Let's get this bad boy open. It's a 2-inch box, standard bookshelf or bookcase game box. Oh boy. All right, cool. It's an old game that somebody actually put the counters in baggies for, not envelopes. I like that. There are 2 values on these counters, and that is very encouraging. Oh, there's a couple with 3.
Does the
there's 2
backside have a U on them?
No, because here's the front, and there's the front.
What?
I think it just depends on what the counter is.
Yeah, not all of them will be untried, but some of them will be.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's it.
The one I remember playing had a big U on the back of the counters for untried. Because you would put them down on the front line and not know what they were. I swear to God, I remember this was an SPI game.
I'll have to read it. I know that it does talk about using untried units on the back of the box and stuff.
Right.
And there we've got, or I'm sorry, those are Soviet. Maybe these Krauts have untried stuff
No,
on
the
them.
Germans are straight up. It's the whole Soviet front line is untried.
Oh, okay. Yeah, here's untried units. It's a whole section in the rules.
Right.
Okay, so let's see here. Oh, this is a pretty hefty rule book here, Jeff. I'm not sure about this.
Don't worry, it ain't that bad.
It's 11 whole pages.
It ain't. Yeah, that might be a little much. You might need to get Todd's help.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to need to have Todd's help for this.
So, Jeff, do you know, and maybe Devin, who seems to have played this, did this lead to other games designs? Like, was this kind of like a game that people looked at and said, oh, I like this design, they updated it, and it's another different system now? Or
Well, I mean, wait till he pulls that map out, and then you tell me where that map makes you feel like that game came from.
Well, no, I'm sorry. I mean, are there games that came from this? Kind of like Panzer Command, GTS has roots and Panzer.
Yeah, Jeff just had that mixed up. I think Jeff was trying to say what game looks like it came from this.
So
is it-
I don't know. I mean, that Drive on Stalingrad game I played, that's similar.
Okay.
So here's a German and a Soviet player aid card. I don't know if there's anything really different other than the reinforcement schedule. But
The combat chart is the same?
it appears to be so. I haven't looked completely in depth, but every column and row I'm looking at random, it's the same. So I might just wind up sticking these in there like this. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like that. Those are single-sided, which I enjoy.
That's what I thought, because I never saw this one. I had the SPI version.
Oh, it's a mounted map, boys.
Okay. Thanks, Devin.
Oh, it's a big fucking mounted map, too. Look at this monster. Oh, God, I'm never going to get this thing back together. Why did I do this? Oh, God.
You don't have a table big enough for it, do you?
It's a standard size. It's just mounted.
Okay.
But so you can see Smolensk, Vyazma, Gatsk, Kaluga, Roslavl, Mogilev, Orsha, Vitebsk, north, normal stuff. Looks like we've got 12 turns. Got a turn record chart along the bottom here. Got a little terrain key down here. It doesn't have a terrain effects chart on here, but that's okay.
We got water and trees.
Yeah, so there's not a whole lot of terrain.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I really like that. I like it's clean. You can see exactly what it is, but it's still visually appealing. These are the kind of maps I like.
See, the SPI map, what I remember, looks just the same thing pretty much.
Also, there is one hex of swamp. Thank you very much. And then like 4 more over here. So
That's so weird. Yeah, Devin said there were no successor games that he's aware of.
And one thing that's kind of cool is you can see where it's got a German air interdiction limit. German interdiction markers east of this line until Smolensk is captured.
That's cool.
Wait, east of that line. So it's got to be over here? Huh. Oh, no. So Germans can't pass here until they capture Smolensk.
Yeah.
Airfields.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool, guys. I like the map. The map is, again, this is the kind of map I really like.
Very functional.
I know a lot of people think they're ugly, but I really enjoy when we got maps like that. Ooh, and look at the beautiful yellow on the back.
That
Boy.
is nice.
Boy, howdy. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Put that in your car and put it behind your car if you get a flat tire or something. People won't hit you.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know what the hell that is. That looks like a baseball counter, doesn't it? Devin, is this from one of your sports games? We got the original counter sheet. Oh, there's some counters in there.
That's weird. Interesting.
It's frustrating. But yeah, got a little game and parts list. Oh, sweet, an old sandwich that has crumbs in it. That's gross. What the actual fuck? Oh, gross. That's really disgusting, actually.
Let me see it. Pull that counter up closer to your screen, Devin
This
said.
baseball counter?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like literally a baseball.
Yeah, it looks like a baseball.
Or it's a ford or a bridge.
I'm sure it might be entrenchments too or something. Because there's more of them.
Oh, okay. Come on, man.
But yep.
Yep. Charles says lunch.
Yeah, lunch. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if there's quite enough there, but we can always try. Maybe I'll go on a diet. So this looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, Jeff. I was a little apprehensive. Some of the bookcase games, when I look at them, they're not necessarily exactly what I'm looking for. But this looks like it might be a slightly heavier.
So the objective will probably be like any other Smolensk game: cut them off and attrit them.
Yeah, each of the cities has a victory point value. I saw. I might play this and then immediately afterwards play Autumn for Barbarossa.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Autumn for Barbarossa. That's the game I was trying to think of that covers this.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get Todd to think of when I said it might look like something that you have played. But yeah, so victory points, 0 or fewer decisive Soviet victory, 1 to 25 Soviet strategic victory. So if the Germans could hold, if all they held at the end of the game was Smolensk, then they would force a Soviet strategic. So it looks like the magic number is 50. Yeah, so that's pretty sweet. But
So I could also loan you, or we could try a Victory Denied, which is the same map essentially. It's Smolensk.
bro, we're playing Victory Denied immediately after. So hold on, is Victory Denied Smolensk at Barbarossa?
No, it's probably later in Barbarossa.
After Minsk. Is after they took Minsk.
See, because I got the feeling that Victory Awaits was 1941.
It is.
And then Victory. What's the next one?
Victory Denied is Smolensk. Actually, Minsk is not quite captured yet, Jeff.
All right.
But it's still 1941?
I think so. The end of 41.
Okay. No, you're good. I believe you. Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I don't have the dates, but I think it's like probably like October, November. I don't know. Anyway, but it looked like the same area covered by the map.
Oh, absolutely. So this looks pretty outstanding. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm really excited to play this now, Jeff. Thanks. I hate the Eastern Front, and now Jeff has me excited to play the Eastern Front.
So is this, Devin, you've played, I mean, so is this one that's pretty looked upon like it was a pretty good game? Because like, the France game, France 40 maybe from Avalon Hill, I always hear some kind of bad things about that one. So is this one pretty well respected? Devin or Hexy or anyone?
Oh, I think this is one of the top 10 classic games.
Charles. Okay. So it's regarded well. You know what I mean? That France game is pretty like, I feel like a lot of crap's given to it. So
right.
That's cool.
Well, yeah. I mean, I enjoyed France 40, but I enjoyed it because of the blue, black, and white box. I thought it looked cool.
Okay.
Wasn't much in the way of terrain and stuff like that on it.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, that'll be fun. I bet there's some general articles written about it too.
It certainly had the blurb about the general in the last page of the rule book. Yeah, that should be quite fun and quite entertaining, Jeff.
Box looks like it's in really good shape too.
It is in very good shape.
What's the complexity rating on the back?
What's up?
What's the complexity rating on the back?
4 out of 10.
All right.
The box is in quite good shape, to be honest with you.
Oh, Charles will take this off your hands if you don't like it.
Well, we'll figure that out. Roger McCallum, look at that.
McMurray's not like WarDRobe. He doesn't get his games off. He keeps his games.
I'm about to say I do not have quite as aggressive a leasing program as Todd, as Mr. WarDRobe here. But real quick to rehash for the Bry guy.
Brian, are you there? Brian, are you there?
I'm here now. Okay, what? I'm awake.
So I got some 15 millimeter American Civil War. I got some boats. I know you don't care about boats, so our viewers have already seen them. But then I got, let's see here, Confederate infantry charging with light equipment.
Old Glory stuff?
Yeah, in 15. So we can't play with your stuff at the same time, but the idea is we could play and you'd enjoy it and get along with it. Confederate infantry firing line with light equipment. So those two are equipped the same. This one also has some command in it, so that's good. So that'll make 15 stands how I've been basing them up.
So it's 2 bags of losers. Okay.
Infantry in shirt and floppy hat. That could really be militia for either side. So that'll be pretty cool. It'll go well with the bushwhackers that I painted up.
3 bags of losers.
What?
3 bags of losers.
Those are St. Louis militia, brother.
Oh, okay.
They're
so
marching with Siegel. We have Confederate cavalry with pistols, go along with the bushwhacker theme. Union cavalry with carbines to represent Missouri State Militia. And then since it's me, it's got to have some weird stuff, right? We already covered the boats, but then I also got British for an intervention force, right? Queen Victoria's feeling froggy and is taking offense to one of the sides. So I've got infantry command, some infantry that's uniformed a lot like the Canadian garrison of the time, and then also a bag of personalities. So there's some cavalry command and stuff like that. Those could just look cool. But, Brian, what are we missing out of this?
Huh?
What do we need in any game that you're going to play in?
Wolves.
What?
Werewolves. Yeah.
And
Look
what
at
else?
that.
And what else, Brian?
Oh gosh, I don't know what else. What?
What else do you play with constantly?
Oh my gosh, I gotta think. Wolves.
Really?
Zombies, of course. Zombies.
Yeah, I'm about to say, really? You had to think about that one?
Yeah, zombies. Dude, you're gonna mix that all up, huh?
Brian, I needed to get you to play, and I wasn't
Okay.
sure I'd be able to do it with ACW. I wasn't sure I'd be able to do it with bringing some British in. So
Yeah,
we're going to
get the
have some
British.
werewolves and some zombies.
That's gonna be cool, dude. And you can get Jeffy to play too, right?
I think he's probably going to be shooting your werewolves and zombies.
Ah, alrighty, that's cool.
But anyways, so that was just a quick rehash for some of our viewers. And because,
What rules are we gonna play? What rule set?
well, see, that's what I'm not sure about. Because we could play bigger battles. We could play Fire and
Oh,
Fury,
dude.
obviously, but we'd have to keep these losers out of there.
Ah,
I don't know with these things, to be honest with you. I have no friggin' idea how to work werewolves and zombies into the American Civil War because
You get 3
previously
players,
I
man.
haven't lost my mind. What?
you get you and Jeffy and me. I'll be, you guys pick one of the, north, south, whatever, and then I pick the werewolves, man.
And then Todd, our European sensation over there, can play the Brits.
Oh, that's right, the Brits. I don't get the Brits. Why you got the Brits in there?
So that was a concern, right? Through a good chunk of the initial stages of the Civil War was, will the British Empire jump in, right?
Yeah.
Will they say, hey, we want our Confederate cotton? And then would they use force to defend their trade interests? It turns out they just started growing cotton all over the world,
Maybe.
everywhere else.
Or maybe the Yankees and the Rebs and the Brits all team together to take on the werewolves and the zombies.
No.
Or Queen Victoria is some sort of weird necromancer thing.
You can throw a necromancer in there.
And so the British are helping out these guys. I don't know. But the point is, again, the British Empire wound up growing cotton everywhere else. The other flip side is, would the British Empire step in, to defeat a slave-holding nation? Because the British have been running anti-slavery patrols since like 1803, all up and down the coast of the Americas and West Africa. I don't know. There's just going to be some British.
Ooh.
But so here we go, guys.
Yeah, I'm all for it, man.
There we are, Brian.
Long as I have the werewolves howl as a trait, I'm game, dude.
We might just wind up using whatchamacallit as well, the Old Glory thing. But I feel like to get these goobers in here, we're going to have to use bigger battles of some sort.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Oh yeah, dude. Cool.
To be honest with you, I think each of these packs was like $6, and that's why I just said, yeah, sure, why not?
So you're gonna start painting these tomorrow, right?
I'm going to start painting these tonight
All right.
because we're all going to get off here and just go hang out and do some hobby stuff.
Oh, we're gonna have a painting chat.
I know. We going to go live on Mini Warmuts channel
Oh crap.
with a painting chat?
Yeah, if you guys want, let me talk to the boss real quick.
Wait,
Like-
what? We are? All right, everybody.
I hear the oven binging, so that means dinner's almost ready. So
Okay, so give
we
it like
can.
an hour, and then we might be hopping on Mini Warmuts channel, guys. That'd be
If you guys
super
can
cool.
carry the conversation, fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know you got to keep your tongue out when you're painting. So
I did finish. I built me a pool, man. I got myself a swimming pool.
you built a pool,
Yeah, in my own
Brian. You live
backyard.
somewhere where like water is super scarce over the summer, and you're gonna fill a pool.
Yep, had the bobcat and all that out there, and took care of all that. Plastered
Wait.
it up.
You didn't just buy like a pool that you put up. You installed a below ground pool.
Yeah, rebar and all.
What? What the
Yeah.
shit?
Yeah.
We thought Todd's been busy the last couple of weeks. No wonder you haven't said anything.
So anyway, no, I built
You
me
built a pool?
I did build a pool.
That's awesome.
I built a pool.
pool party at
God.
Woody Warmoth's house. Here we go.
Built me a pool, all murky green, ready for modern. It's all ready to
See,
go.
when you said a pool, I thought you meant one of those things like, like here's the ground and then the pool goes underneath.
I know
and
what
then over
you
here you got a
mean.
diving
I do,
board.
yeah,
1,
yeah,
2,
I
3.
know.
Yay!
Yay!
And then you got a guy climbing in. Yay!
Yay!
God. All right, good stuff. Awesome. Y'all look for Muck to broadcast his pink party here in a little while. All right.
Okay, we'll do.
Charles, you can wear a
Yeah,
Speedo
let
to
me know,
Warmoth's
and
pool
I'll
party.
let them go here. So,
Oh, I gotta do my calisthenics and start stretching.
all right,
Yeah, get
cool.
ready for your pool party. Oh, look at Todd. Todd's doing his calisthenics too.
Peace out.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping by and watching.